Hey, it's Cereal at Midnight coming at you this time from the state of Georgia. We're here at Tybee Island, Georgia. It's a few miles south of South Carolina. We're on Tybee Island at the beach, and as you can see, it's very foggy. And a kind of concerning amount of fog. Last night was even worse. If you've ever seen the movie The Fog by John Carpenter, that's exactly what it was like. It was dark, the fog was impenetrable, couldn't see more than just a few feet in front of you. Over here is like a fishing pier that goes all the way out to the water, and these fish on the side of the fishing pier, they don't like it either. You can see by their facial expression. A little dubious about the fog. There's people out here trying to surf, which is crazy to me, unless you're one of these, like, point break people. I mean, see this guy right here? This might be Patrick Swayze coming off the ultimate wave. He's not coming back in! Only, I guess he is. He's actually coming right this way. I hate the fog.
I love it, baby.
This is the hotel we stayed in last night. It's the Atlantis Inn. It's a 50s style hotel. It has 19 rooms. Apparently, hot tubs and romantic suites. It did not have one of the romantic suites. It was pretty good. Probably stay here again. This mermaid mural on the side of the wall would only be better if it was under a black light. And now it's time to stop for the worst and only coffee on Tybee Island.
Buffy, this mural of a lighthouse on the pavement is just charming. Do you suppose they based it on an actual lighthouse?
The historic Tybee Island Light Station, operated by the Tybee Island Historical Society. It's getting foggier. These birds are protesting about it because it sucks. This is the battery for the lighthouse, this old building right here. And super foggy. Here's the lighthouse though, and let's go in for a closer look. But I'm wondering, the beach is over that way and it goes all the way across, but would you be able to see a light and fog this heavy? More things. So there are 178 steps all the way up. I'm not going to go up into the top of it because it's so foggy you wouldn't be able to see anything. There are steps that go all the way up, and these windows you can look out as you go up. 3 sets of windows. This thing, somebody would have to climb that every time the lighthouse had to be operated. So the lighthouse was built in the 1770s, and it's been damaged and rebuilt several times since then. And this plaque indicates that there's been a lighthouse working here since 1736. And this plaque explains the history of Tybee Island itself and how it was named after named by the Native Americans. So now we're at Fort Pulaski, which is an old Civil War fort outside of Savannah, on a place called Cockspur Island. Just look at this place. It looks like something out of Pirates of the Caribbean. There's palm trees. And this place got hit hard by Hurricane Matthew when that came through here, and they're still recovering. But check out this oak tree. I assume that's an oak tree. Very old. There's ruins all around. We're gonna go check it out. So we're in the parking lot on the way to the visitor center at the fort, and I ran across this guy. This guy's awesome. So this is the story of the waving girl. Somewhere around here there's a statue of this waving girl who would wave at the ships that came by. And we are entering the fort via the old-timey drawbridge. It is an actual drawbridge. Civil War era fort. Actually, it's earlier than that. Up ahead, near this cannon, is a security guard who is outstanding in her field. Now we're in the commanding officer's quarters. This is Colonel Brown's quarters, and his wife added a woman's touch according to this plaque, but still looks pretty sterile to me. My dear Colonel Brown, we are pleased for the bed that you have sent us, but unfortunately the sheets have been lost in the mail. We are, however, very thankful for the apples and oranges.
This is a stair song, my friend, 'cause it don't seem like they'll ever end. You gotta get to the top, there ain't no time to stop, and when you do, there'll be another staircase waiting for you. So here's this old cannon, and then there's the courtyard down there with some other cannons. Really high up. Let's get closer to the edge here. We'll look over. And there's that moat. And this is also the tactical spot where the Civil War soldiers would spit loogies onto the heads of anybody who was trying to get in.
Down at the bottom is this, whatever this is, if this is a tree or a huge bush. It looks like a tree, but it's dead. Or maybe it's just because it's winter. But it's pretty creepy. Definitely pretty creepy. And then there's this dead tree. It's like the tree of Gondor. Now here we are in front of this tree. It almost looks like just a bunch of dead branches, but it's not. They're connected and they all come out from under the ground. It's super weird.
Earlier in the video I mentioned that the trees outside look like Pirates of the Caribbean. Or Caribbean, whichever you choose. This place down here really looks like Pirates of the Caribbean. It almost looks like the queue at the Disney World or Disneyland ride. I feel like I'm going to turn a corner and see Johnny Depp.
Dead end. The fog actually seems to be getting worse. You can see less than you could when we first got here about an hour ago. Very thick. Thick as pea soup.
Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil is a book that has become synonymous with Savannah, Georgia, and Clary's Cafe is one of the places that's a holy site for fans of the book. And we're here having a meal, and all around the restaurant on the walls are pictures of Clint Eastwood's adaptation, his film of Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil.
So we just ate breakfast, early lunch at Clary's. It was crazy busy, but very good. Food was good. Had a lot of interesting things on the wall. All Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil themed. Definitely worth checking out. Coming up on the Church of St. John the Baptist. Look through the moss hanging from the trees. And there is the church. This is an absolutely massive church.
Here's a statue of a nun and what I assume is a student. And I feel like what the nun is telling this girl is that
If you mispronounce another word, I'm gonna give you the back of this hand. You see this hand? Right across your face.
Lafayette Square. Spanish moss-covered trees. Gaslights. Horses. Cobblestone. Brick. So this place sells antique maps, prints, and books. Come up to this little door and they buzz you in, and then you have to walk back to the door. Check out this antique building, or antique store in this building. This building has been here for a long, long time. So here's this very impressive fountain, and suddenly I have to go to the bathroom really bad. Checking into our hotel in Savannah. We are staying at the Thunderbird Inn. This is a retro 50s motel. You can see they're going with like a really kitschy, unique, old-timey theme. They're playing Beach Boys and Ray Charles when we walked in. And in the room, there's some special benefits and some special perks. Staying in room 223. Check out that table and chair. Old-timey phone. Got the refrigerator. Got a couple of moon pies. And on the other side of the bed, 2 RC colas. compliments of the room. They also have free popcorn and free hot chocolate. I was just looking at the key, and it says it was voted one of the 10 best retro hotels in the USA by USA Today, July 2014. Congratulations, guys! Congratulations, guys! You did it!
We're in downtown Savannah on River Street, which is right on the waterfront. And here's a large sculpture of a globe. Everything looks fine, but when you get to a certain angle, you realize that the Earth has been split in two. This is a World War II monument to symbolize the splitting of the world after World War II.
Earlier in the video, I was talking about, back when we were at the Civil War fort, there was a plaque about a girl who would wave to the ships as they came in. Well, now we're in the River Street area of Savannah. And there's the statue of the girl. And we're here just on the waterfront. There's the water right there. And this is where, I guess this is where she would wave to the ships as they would come and go.
That's right, good sir.
It's dinner time, and we're going to be trying the Pirate's House, which is this old-timey, I don't know, it's supposed to have been here for like 250, 260 years.
This place is fascinating to me. It's apparently extremely haunted. It's one of the oldest buildings in Savannah, if not the oldest building in Savannah. It's on the waterfront. There are tons of caverns and tunnels running through the underground that they say some actually lead to the port, which would have led people to be put into piracy against their will. They've been clubbed over the head while they were drinking, and they wake up on a pirate ship. Some of it can be verified, some of it can't, but I definitely recommend a visit to this place for yourself so you can soak in the stories and make up your own mind. But if you want to see a full video, comment below. And it is here, beneath this beautiful restored neon sign, that we say goodbye for this video. Our trip to Savannah is over. Please comment below, join in on the conversation, like the video, subscribe, be a part of the community, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.